Hi everyone, and welcome to our yoga class today. For today's class, it could be beneficial to have a strap, to have a blanket and blocks. If you want to have a chair, it'll be optional today. And we're going to actually start first just discussing what we're doing today. Today's class is going to be based on our fifth limb of yoga, which is called Pratyahara, and that has dealing with like meditations and so forth. So we are going to move and everything, but as far as this limb of yoga is concerned, all the other ones that we've discussed all deal with like on the outer aspects. What are you doing in with your relationships with the world, with the people around you? How are you treating yourself and your body? And how are you moving in your practice? Like those are all external aspects of your life. So this is one that allows you to take a moment to go inward, and it serves as the foundation for meditation. And it just gives you the ability to disengage with some of your senses. So we might, do a couple things with our eyes closed in our practice, maybe some standing poses where we have our eyes closed. And we might even start to close off some of our other senses just to allow the other senses to become more enhanced, or just to allow us to understand what it feels like to go inward. So for class today, we are going to start on our backs. So I'm going to read something to you first, so I'll be seated, but if you can come onto your back. Now, if you want a little bit extra, you can take your block and you can place your block on your mat, and my block is going to be the long way, and I would lie with the block right here in between my shoulder blades, and then you can take another block here and place it for your support of your head. And what this just allows you to do is to open your heart. It allows your chest to soften, your arms to open. You don't need to do this if you don't want to. You can also roll your blanket up and use your blanket. You can also lie flat on your back, whichever works for you. And I will meet you guys there, but I'm going to read to you something first. So when you find your comfortable position on your back, get there. Maybe you're moving a little side to side first, and then you're settling. Your legs can be long, your knees could be bent, and your feet can touch. You could be sitting in the chair if that's something that is where you want to be. Up to you, okay? So you find your comfortable starting place. And close your eyes. And just start to feel the connection of your body to the mat. And if you're seated in the chair, maybe the connection to your body with the chair. If you're on blocks, just notice where the blocks rest on your back, on your spine. Maybe one of the blocks is cradling your head. And just allow your arms, if you're on your back, to just open out. Let the palms turn up if you can. Let the heart open. Rest here for a moment, closing the eyes. Breathing in through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Just let it go. Let it all go. With your eyes closed, take a moment to go inward. And without the sense of sight, do you start noticing maybe the sounds around you, the smells around you? Can you notice the feeling of your touch? And Pratyahara means withdraw of the senses. And that means one at a time, maybe we'll play around with noticing what it feels like with the eyes closed. Maybe noticing what it feels like without sound. Maybe noticing your sense of smell. And wherever you are on your mat, just take your hands to your thighs or your legs. Just feel the sense of touch. Your hands touching the legs. Maybe your hands are rubbing up and down the thighs. And feel as your hands rub up and down on your thighs, you can feel the warmth that is created. And then cross your arms over your chest and place the hands on the shoulders. And notice if you're rounding in any way, and allow the shoulders to open maybe a little bit more. Maybe your hands slide up and down your arms as you feel the sense of touch on your fingertips, on your arms. And then slowly let your hands come to heart center. You can be still here on your back, seated in your chair, or sitting. Up to you, it's okay. And let your hands rub up and down with one another. Create a little friction with your hands. And notice the warmth that is created. And then place your hands over your eyes. Now your hands help block out any light that you might be seeing through your closed eyes. Breathing in and out through the nose, removing the sense of sight. Keep on breathing and softening, noticing all the other senses. And then allowing your hands to come to your temples, or your fingers to your temples. And maybe you open your eyes here and stare at the ceiling. And then place your thumbs onto the flaps of your ears. And then just press those flaps closed gently, just gently enough. And before you totally press those flaps into the ears to remove your sense of hearing, we're going to be breathing in, and as you exhale, you want to feel a humming, or you want to hum, so you can hear that sound internally. So go ahead and close the flaps of the ears, and then take a full breath in and hum. And keep on doing that, breathing in and hum. One more full breath in and hum. And then release your hands from your head and place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And you can open your eyes and start to hear again with the ears, sounds, sights. But this time, allow your tongue to touch the roof of your mouth. And then swallow. Let your tongue touch the roof of the mouth and circle the tongue on the top of the roof of the mouth. Feel the tongue touch the roof of the mouth. Maybe you taste any tastes at all. And circle the opposite way. And then release your tongue, and then maybe allow your mouth to open slightly. And take a big breath in through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. And now take your attention to the bridge of your nose. And if you want to take your hand to the bridge of the nose, you can. You can gently pinch the pointer finger, middle finger, and thumb to the bridge of your nose. And now breathe in deeply through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Softening the bridge of your nose, focusing the attention there. It just seems to relax the sense of smell. Being still. You can also choose to close the eyes. Take a moment again, going inward, maybe blocking sounds just with your own thoughts. And then release the hand off of the nose. And be here for a moment on your back. However you are, just noticing, feeling. Maybe touch each finger to your thumb. Let each fingertip touch your thumb. Swallow again and relax your throat. Blink your eyes or squeeze the eyes closed and then open them and stare at the ceiling. Take a full breath in. Hum as you exhale. Just feel that vibration in your body, the vibration in your ears. And then if you are lying on something, then just roll to one side and come off of your blocks. If you're lying on blocks, you can pause for a moment, just lying on your side for a moment. And then when you're ready, moving the blocks out from underneath you, coming back onto your back, flat on your back, legs are long. Take a breath and exhale it out. And then from here on your back, take the right knee into your chest. And maybe your eyes stay closed. Rotate the ankle, maybe you point and flex your toe. What do your hands feel like on your shins? Swallowing again, relaxing your throat. Take a breath in as you exhale. Let's twist over to the left. Take your gaze to the right. So maybe you're opening the eyes now. And let your left hand guide the leg into the twist. Soften a little bit more with each exhale. Maybe even reclose the eyes. And just feel your body in this pose. And gently bring yourself back into center and come into figure 4. Bend your left knee and place your left foot on the ground. Feel the foot touch the mat, and then feel your right ankle come onto your left thigh. Take your right hand to the right thigh and press the thigh away. If you want a little bit more, thread the arms through the leg and clasp the hamstring of the left leg. And flex both feet. Keep pressing the right knee open. Keep softening the shoulders to the mat. Releasing your jaw. Maybe let the tongue touching the roof of the mouth circle. And then let your figure 4 go. Releasing the right foot to the mat to meet the left. Taking your left knee into the chest and extending your right leg long. Rotate the ankle, point and flex the toe. Deep full breath in, maybe the eyes are closed. As you exhale, take the twist to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Maybe eyes stay closed or open. Up to you. But try with each breath to focus on one of the senses. And maybe it's to take one of the senses away, and maybe if it's just closing the eyes, that's fine. And then let yourself come back into center. Figure 4, bend your right knee, left ankle to the right thigh, and your left hand just gently presses the left knee away. Your left foot is flexed. If you want a little bit more, then maybe you thread the arms through and reach for the back of the right hamstring. Flexing both feet. Soften the shoulders to the mat. Maybe you take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you hum. Or you find your ujjayi breath, where you're breathing those wave-like sounds. And then gently release your right foot to the ground. Let the left foot meet the right. Let your heels walk in close towards your hips. Let your feet be hip distance apart. Coming into a bridge pose, just gently rooting down through the feet. As you inhale, start to lift the hips any amount. If you want to reach the arms overhead to get a full stretch, go ahead and do that. Lower the hips to the mat. Lower the arms. Bringing the knees in towards your chest. Come to happy baby. Reaching for the soles of the feet. Let the feet come to the sky. Use your hands to pull your feet down. Use your feet to press into the hands. Finding some stillness here on the mat. Breathing in and out. Let the knees come into your chest and make your way to a comfortable seat. So you can roll to one side, press yourself up, slowly making your way to sit. Crossing the right shin in front of the heart, front of the left. Taking your hands to heart center. Let the thumbs come to the chest. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Allow your heart prayer to rise up, reaching up. And then open the arms out wide and pause. As you inhale, turn the palms up and reach the arms out. As you exhale, let the hands come to heart center. As you inhale, maybe open the eyes and reach up, look up. Exhale, soften the arms open. Inhale, flip the palms up, maybe even let the thumbs tip backwards. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Inhale, palms up, thumbs turn back, spine is long. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hands to heart center. Take your left hand to the right knee and the right hand comes behind you. Press into the right fingertips to let the hips come forward. Deep breath in. As you exhale, twist, maybe close the eyes. Feel the twist instead of seeing it. Let your chin be slightly tucked. Maybe you're just cueing into all my sounds of my voice, listening. Now here in your twist, maybe you bring your right arm over the ear and lean in to the left. So stay in the twist. And then as you inhale, come towards center and cross your right arm over your left. And then here, cat and cow, inhale, heart forward, and exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift your heart forward, and exhale, round. Unwind the arms and take your legs out in front. Just shake out your legs for a second. And then when you're ready, recross the legs. And if this doesn't feel good for you with your ankles, you can always place your blanket under your ankles just to give you a little bit more cushion. And then place the hands back on the thighs. And then bend the elbows and bring the hands to the chest. Close your eyes. Now as you inhale, reach your prayer up overhead. Inhale. Open the arms wide as you exhale. With an inhale, turn the palms up and reach the arms in opposite direction. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hands to the heart. Bow your chin towards your chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open. Inhale, palms lift, reaching in opposite directions, thumbs turn back towards the back of the mat. As you exhale, hands to the heart. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Palms turn up, reach in opposite directions, heart lifts, and exhale, hands to the heart. Left hand comes behind you and right hand to your left knee. As you inhale, find your breath, and as you exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. Use your right hand to gently guide you into the twist, pulling on the left knee with the right hand. Maybe you close the eyes and just feel the twist. Now staying here in your twist, take the left arm and bring it over the ear and even lean a little bit to the right. Find a crescent shape on the left side of the body. Keep your left hips to the mat. And then as you inhale, come towards center, cross your left arm over your right. And we're gonna take a cat and cow here. Inhale, pull the heart forward, and exhale, round. Inhale, lift and pull the heart forward. And as you exhale, tuck the chin and round. Slowly come back into neutral, unwind your arms, take the legs out in front again, just shake out your legs, just shake them out. We are going to come to all fours. So I know that sometimes it's difficult to be on all fours with your knees. So a blanket can be helpful, or you can do your cat and cows with your chair if you want. Make your way, cross the legs, roll over your shins and come to all fours. You can rest the knees and shins on your blanket. And then start to move through cat and cow. Close your eyes and just feel the spine as it moves. Notice as each vertebrae changes, shifts, opens, coils in. With each inhale, lower the belly. With each exhale, press, lift, and round. And just allow your body to move in the way that it wants to. So if you want to circle your cat and cow, circles are fine. If you want to just move and hold cow for a moment, do that. If you hold cat, make this your own. Make it feel good. Moving your hips, moving your head and neck. You can do these things, individually or together. And once you've moved, find a neutral spine. And keep your left hand on the mat and peel your right arm up and open your eyes to look up at the right thumb. Stick your right hip out. And then release your right hand to the mat. Take your left arm and peel the left arm up. Stick the left hip out. Look up towards the left thumb. As you inhale, unwind, release the left hand to the mat. Now getting into a little bit of our outer hips, we're going to keep your knees bent and just shift the weight to the right leg and lift the left leg up and out to the side. And hold it there for a moment. Try evening out the shoulders. Try and transfer a little bit of the weight to both hands. And then release the left leg to meet the right. Now keeping the right knee bent, we're going to shift the weight to the left leg and let your right leg float up, engaging your right outer hip. And it doesn't have to be high. And then slowly release the right leg. Draw your hips back, reach the arms forward, come into child's pose. Let your forehead touch the mat. Feel the shins on your blanket. Turn your palms up, release your wrists. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, hum. Hearing that sound in the ears. Maybe even feel the bridge of your nose on the mat and let that just soften the sense of smell. And then slowly start to look up and make your way onto your stomach. So if you want to take your blanket out from under you and just place it off to the side, you can. And make your way down onto your stomach, nice and slowly. And once you get there, just adjust your body. We're coming into a Cobra Pose. So maybe the hips shift side to side first on the mat. Notice the heaviness of the hips. Lift your right leg, walk your right leg long. And then lift your left leg and walk your left leg and reach it a little longer behind you. Press into the tops of your feet. Let your kneecaps come off of the mat. So press into the tops of the feet. Walk your hands a little bit down towards the lower rib cage. Grip the mat with your hands. Now, like you're a snake trying to slither forward, pull your chest forward and lift up. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Maybe feel the bridge of the nose touch the mat. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders to the ears and then roll them back to lift the chest. Inhaling and exhaling, lowering and releasing. One more time. Inhale, shrug the shoulders to the ears and then roll them down and away and lift your chest. Let the elbows hug in. Let your shoulders draw away from your ears. Pull yourself through and then release to the mat. Let your arms go long behind you. Rest your shoulders on the mat. Maybe place your right cheek on the mat and pause. Just feel for a moment. Slowly bringing your forehead to the mat. We're going to come into Locust Pose. So let's lift up the chest and reach the arms behind you. Now, I didn't mention this earlier in class, but this Locust Pose is one of the poses of this practice, of this Pratyahara Practice, Locust Pose. Reach the arms behind you. Let the heart come forward and then lower down. Let your left cheek come to the mat and pause. Close your eyes. Maybe take a breath in and notice any of the senses of smell or any smells you might notice. Feeling your body on the mat, this time on the front side of the body. And then allow your forehead to come back to the mat. Coming into Locust Pose one more time. As you inhale, lift the chest, reach your arms long behind you. Keep reaching the arms back to lift the chest. Maybe here you lift the legs and keep reaching back with the legs and arms and let the chest come forward. Soften the shoulders from your ears, releasing, letting go. And now bending your elbows and bringing your hands to make a pillow for your forehead. And then rest your forehead on the backs of your palms. And then remembering what we did earlier, which on our all fours, where we lifted our leg out to the side, we're going to come into half frog pose, which what you need to do is focus on your left leg and then start to open your left toes out. And then slide your left leg up the mat and bend your left knee so that you have sort of a hip opener here. So even out your hips as best you can. Let your forehead rest on your backs of the palms. Maybe you keep your left foot flexed and your right foot pointed. My right leg is straight and long towards the back of the mat, and my left knee is bent just to the left side of the mat. Take another breath into the left hip. And then slowly allow the left leg to come back to meet the right. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So turn your right toes out a little bit and then bend your right knee and slide your right leg up. So you might be off of your mat, and that's okay. And just bend your knee and bring it up any amount. Let your right foot be flexed. Feel the inner part of your right leg on the floor or on your mat. Let your left leg be long, maybe even press into the top of the left foot to lift the left knee. Soften the forehead to the backs of the palms and breathe into your right hip. If you feel any discomfort in your right knee, you can always place a blanket under the knee. Just breathe for a moment. Slowly let that right leg meet your left. Bring your hands to the floor and press the palms into the mat so that you can lift the chest and make your way slowly into a child's pose. Let the hips draw back. Let the arms reach forward. Take a breath here. Inhale. Take a deep exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. Now coming to sit on your heels, and I know sometimes this can be uncomfortable. You can also sit in your chair and do this if this is just not available to you. We're going to sit on your heels and we're going to start to lift the hips. So let your arms come forward and then lift your hips up. Reach the arms to the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, let the arms float down to the sides, reaching the arms in opposite directions. Palms are up. As you exhale, hands to heart center, sit back on your heels. As you inhale, shift forward, reach up, lift the hips, reach the arms. As you exhale, float the arms out to the sides. Inhale, palms up, reach in opposite directions. Let the hips come forward, heart lifts. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hands to heart center, sit back on your heels. One more time. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms up. Open the arms wide, pause as you exhale. Palms are up, reach the arms energetically out in opposite directions. Maybe even the thumbs tip back. As you exhale, hands to the heart, lower your hips and pause. Take a moment, take a breath. Exhale it out. Let your hands come to the floor and come into our first downward dog. So you can step back into your downward dog and pedal out your feet, or you can make your way into standing where your hands are going to be on your chair. You can also place hands underneath your, place blocks underneath your hands if you feel that downward dog is challenging. Any bit of elevation in the hands is going to help you with your downward dog. So pedal out your feet, bending the knees, coming to the ball of each foot. And then when you're ready, let's lift both heels up, come to the balls of both feet, and just bend your knees. Let your tailbone tip up like you did in cow pose, straightening the legs and lowering the heels. Melt your chest towards the thighs, but lift your armpits. Let's let the inner elbows spin forward to hug your triceps underneath. Grip the mat with your hands. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Close your eyes for a moment. Just feel your body in this shape, this triangular shape. Take another breath in. As you exhale, maybe hum. Crack open your eyes and start to walk your feet towards your hands and maybe your hands back towards your feet. And then when you get there, let your feet be wide and you can hang grabbing opposite elbows. Just be here for another moment. Maybe the chest and thighs touch. Hang heavy. Let the weight shift to the balls of the feet. And then release the hands to the mat. Maybe heel toe your feet in a little bit closer. And then root down through the feet, bend the knees. And if you're feeling like a little lightheaded, place the heel of your right hand to your forehead and press the hand into the forehead to help you rise up. Now take a moment, find a focal point, find your mountain pose. Take a breath. Let it go. If you're feeling okay to close the eyes, then close the eyes. Another full breath in. Another full breath out. Bring your hands to heart center when you're ready. And coming through the arm movement again that we were doing before, but we're going to add stuff to it. So as you inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, open the arms wide. Thumbs reach back, palms are up. Bring the hands to heart center, releasing. Now this time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, surfer twist. Left arm forward, right arm back, twist to the right. Send the arms back overhead, inhale. Exhale, arms out to the sides. Inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms in opposite direction. As you exhale, hands to the heart, release. With your breath in, reach the arms up, inhale. As you exhale, surfer twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Look back towards the left thumb. With your next inhale, come back up, hands into prayer. As you exhale, open the arms wide. Reach in opposite directions. Inhale, palms up, thumbs reach back. As you exhale, hands to the heart and come to mountain pose. Take a breath and exhale it out. From here, we'll come into chair pose. So if you need a chair for chair pose, to sit in chair, allow your feet to touch the floor. If you're coming to chair pose from standing, let there be a separation in your feet about hip distance apart. And just first here, place the hands on your thighs and start to bend your knees and let the hands slide to your kneecaps. And let your hips draw back. Let the weight be in the heels. Hold on to the kneecaps with your hands. Let your sits bones reach back. Now here, cat and cow. So inhale, drop your belly, tip your tailbone up. And as you exhale, press, lift, and round. Inhale, drop the belly, gazes up. And exhale, press, lift, and round. One more, inhale, drop your belly, gazes up. And exhale, press, lift, and round. Come to a neutral spine and stand tall. And just relax your legs for a moment. We're going to twist in our chair pose. So same idea, place your hands on the thighs and start to bend the knees and slide the hands down so you can find the kneecaps as best you can. It kind of helps to be able to have something to kind of hold on to allow your hips to go back. If you look down, maybe you should notice that your toes are there. Now take your left hand to the right thigh and place your right hand on your sacrum. Now as you inhale, find length in your spine. And as you exhale, twist and look over your right shoulder. Now you can be doing this seated in a chair as well. Trying to work on strengthening your legs. Think about squeezing those legs together as if there was a block between the thighs. As you inhale, come back to center and stand tall to relax the legs. You can shake your legs out if you want. We're going to do twists to the other side. So hands to the thighs. Bend the knees, sit back like you're going to sit back in a chair. Hands slide to the kneecaps. Weight is in the heels. Take your right hand this time to the left thigh and the left hand to your sacrum. Take a deep full breath in, finding your length. And as you exhale, twist and look over the left shoulder. And now as you inhale, unwind and stand tall. Shake out your legs. It's a lot of leg work. Coming to the front of your mat, we're going to take our blocks and place your blocks just on either side of your feet. Let them be at the highest level. And now from here, we're going to come into mountain pose. Always starting first here in mountain is our standing pose. And let's take both arms up overhead, reaching up. And then as you exhale, float the arms down to the blocks. And then step back with your left foot and find a lunge. So my right knee is bent and my right knee is in line with my ankle. There's one right angle here with the leg. And then using the blocks to help give you a little bit of height, we're going to straighten your right leg and gently fold just a little. Draw the right hip back. Root down through the right big toe. And then as you inhale, step back into the right foot, bend your right knee. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, gentle fold, any amount. Good, bend back into the right knee. Last time, let's straighten, exhale, and fold. Now, coming back into your bent knee, see if you can lift your chest and bring your hands to the hips and find balance here. Now, you can always turn your chair around and hold on to the chair for balance. So here, coming into a high lunge, my back heel is lifted, and maybe you reach the arms out in front. You can hold your chair. Maybe you lift the arms overhead and take a breath in. As you exhale, let the arms float to the sides. Reach in opposite directions. Inhale, palms turn up. As you exhale, float the hands to heart center. We'll do that one more time. Prayer at heart. Reach the arms up, inhale. Open the arms wide. Inhale, reach, palm up, palms are up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step forward and let your feet meet. Shake out your legs, and we'll do the other side. Starting in mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Find your blocks. Step your right foot back and stay high on the ball of your back foot. Now you want to make sure that you have your feet hip distance widthwise apart. So you want to make sure you're not walking on a tightrope where one foot is behind the other. You want to make sure your feet are a little bit wider. You want to make sure your left knee is bent and your ankle and knee are in line. Now take a breath in, let your heart come forward like you did with Locust Pose. And then as you exhale, let's straighten the left leg any amount and fold. Keep your left big toe on the mat. Draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. Inhale, bend into the left knee, heart comes forward. Exhale, straighten the left leg and fold. We have one more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. Now bend back into your left knee. Make sure you have a strong foundation with your feet. Root down through the feet, bring one hand to the hip, bring the other hand to the hip, and lift the chest. You can always hold your chair. If possible, bring your hands to the heart. And as you inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. As you exhale, float the arms out. Reach the arms long in opposite directions. Palm is up, thumb turns down now. And then bend your elbows, hands to heart center. We're going to do one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach wide and long. Palms are up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step forward, let your feet meet. Shake out your legs. And release. Okay. So we're going to come to a standing balance pose, tree pose. We've done that a couple of times. If you need some support, find a wall, find a chair, or you can always just modify. So 3 levels of tree pose. We're going to make sure we look down at our feet first and start with our feet about hip distance apart. Now you can bring your hands to your hips, look down at the feet first, and come to the ball of your right foot. Now, like we did with that hydrant pose, right? You're going to open the knee out to the side and maybe make a connection with your right heel and your left ankle. Now you can pause here and bring your hands to heart center, and this can be your tree. You can even close your eyes and test how you feel with your balance. Taking the sense of sight away makes your balance unstable, but it challenges you. Now crack open your eyes and notice the difference. If you want to move a little bit more and let your right foot come to your left shin, you can. And press your right foot into the left shin and the left shin into your right foot to find your balance. Maybe you reach your arms overhead. Inhaling. Exhaling, opening wide. Inhaling, reaching. And exhaling, hands to the heart. Right knee to center. And release the right foot. All right, so settle again. Find your stability. Find your foundation on 2 feet first. Even if that means rocking forward and back, just feel the feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Hands to heart center or your hips. Come to the ball of your left foot. Lift your left heel. Let your left knee open out to the side. And then make a connection with your left foot or left heel and your right ankle. Now you can be here and then bring your hands to heart center. And then close your eyes and practice without any sight. Now root down through the ball of the left foot, press the left heel into the right ankle, and the right ankle has to press back. And slowly crack open the eyes. And now take your challenge with your vision now intact. Find your, maybe bringing the left foot to the right calf or shin. And then maybe you reach the arms up. Pressing the foot into the shin foot, open the arms wide. Find a focal point. Reach the arms in opposite directions. Breath in. Hands to the heart. And release. Left knee in and release. Whew. That one gets to be a tough one. But it's nice to challenge yourself by just closing the eyes. It shows you that movement of your body. All right, so then now let's come to face the front of your mat. Have your blocks handy. We're going to come to another balance, Warrior 3. So Warrior 3, though, is kind of like our Locust Pose, right? So it's just different. We're standing, but it's the same thought. So watching first, when you come to your Warrior 3, you want to reach the leg back and the heart forward, kind of like how we did when we were on the mat in our Locust Pose. So let's come to the front of the mat. Take your arms up, inhale, reach. And exhale, float the arms to your blocks. Now let the hands stay on the blocks. Root down through your right foot and lift your left leg up any amount. Maybe even the left toe, tip of the toe stays on the mat, or you lift the left foot up. You can bend your right knee slightly, but make sure that your left toes turn to face the mat. You don't want to let the hip open. You want to keep the hip square. So thinking about how we were in our Locust Pose on our stomachs, let the heart come forward, let the legs reach back. Maybe here you let your right arm reach back and find balance. And then let the right hand come back to the block, left foot meets the right. You can fold in if you want. Now slowly lift the chest. We're going to move to the other side. Your right leg lifts up off the mat, only as high as you can still keep the right toes turned down. Make sure if you need a little bend in the left knee, you take it. Now let your heart come forward. Let your right leg be strong and reach back behind you. Good. Your spine is long, no rounding. Maybe you play around with lifting the left hand off the block or reaching the left arm behind you like we did in our Locust Pose on the mat. Releasing the left hand to the block, lower your right foot. You can fold in. And then start to root down on the feet, hands to the hips, lift your chest, rise up. And we're going to turn to come sideways on your mat. So when we were on the mat, on our stomachs, we let the legs sort of slide up. Remember, we were lying on our stomachs and did that. So this is going to be, we're going to start first with Warrior 2, and then we'll come into Goddess, which is going to be sort of like that same opening of the knees out. So take your feet, wide, and let your toes be slightly in. Let your heels press slightly out. And then bring your hands to your hips, look over the right shoulder, and turn your right toes towards the front of the mat. We'll come to Warrior 2 first. So let your left toes be slightly in, your left heel presses out, bend your right knee, and reach your arms long. Find your Warrior 2 pose. Make sure your right knee doesn't buckle in. Feel the muscles squeezing into the body. And then straighten your right leg, hands to the heart, parallel your feet, and we'll do the other side. Left toes this time turn out to the left. Take your gaze to the left. Your right toes turn in slightly and your right heel presses out. Bend into your left knee and reach your arms long. Now reach them like we were reaching before in opposite directions, long and strong. Take your gaze over the left thumb or fingers. And then straighten the left leg, bring your hands to the heart, and turn the left toes in for your standing straddle. Now for Goddess Pose, we're going to turn the toes out and bring the heels in. So heels come in and toes turn out. Place your hands on your thighs. And like we did with Chair Pose, we're going to bend the knees, but the knees have to go out and follow the line of the toe. So let your hands come to your knees and press the knees out. Good, and then the hands can come to the kneecaps. Find your goddess pose. Yeah, balance as best you can. Try not to let your foot roll inward. If you can bring your hands to the heart, bring the hands to the heart. Maybe you stand tall with the legs, reach the arms up overhead. Open the arms wide, reaching in opposite directions. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do that one more time. Hands to the thighs. Bend the knees. Let the hands press the knees wide. Tailbone tips down. Maybe your hands can come to your heart. Find your goddess pose. Strong legs. Straighten the legs. Maybe the arms reach up. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Open the arms wide. Palms are up. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hands to the heart. Parallel your feet. And just step your feet towards the front of the mat. So we're going to come down to sit. Another one of our poses in this practice is going to be a what we call pigeon pose, but we're going to do a modified pigeon. Now, if you don't like sitting on the floor cross-legged, I have my right shin in front of my left. You can also do this similar pose in figure 4 on your back like we did earlier. But if you can come to the floor and sit cross-legged, my right shin is in front. And what we're going to do is come into a modified pigeon. And the modified pigeon, we're going to take this right leg and sweep the right leg to the side and let the right heel come towards the right hip. Now you can be here, let your left shin be parallel to the front of your mat, and then just gently fold forward over your left shin. Maybe your forearms come to the mat. I'm pressing a little bit more with my left forearm to even out my hips. Soften here for another breath. Inhale and exhale. Another breath in, another breath out. We have one more. Inhale and exhale. Walk your way back up. Take your hands behind you. Just lean back a little bit. We're going to bring the right leg forward, crossing the right leg back over the left, and then fold over both legs. So this would be the equivalent of like a double pigeon. And then make your way back up. And we're going to just lean back to switch the crossings of the legs. Now, if you feel your ankles bother you in this, then just help yourself out. Take a blanket and just place the blanket underneath the legs. It'll help with the ankles if that bothers you. So now I have my left shin in front of my right, and I'm just going to place my hands on the mat, and I'm going to sweep my left leg off to the side so my left heel comes towards my left hip. And then we're going to walk the hands forward, fold any amount, maybe press a little bit more into the right hand to help even out your hips. Take a breath, inhale. Maybe you flex your left foot. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. We'll do one more. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to fold. Slowly start to rise up. Take your hands behind you. We're going to let your left leg come back out in front, cross in front of the right, and slowly make your way forward, folding in any amount. And then walk your hands up. And we're going to bring your hands onto your thighs. And I want you to find a comfortable position for meditation. So our Pratyahara practice is about removing the senses. It's about meditation or moving a little bit first and then finding some time to meditate. So if you want to lie flat on your back, lie flat on your back. You can use the blanket in any way. You can place the blanket down for your head as a pillow. You can even place the blanket on your thighs to have a little bit of pressure. You can sit in the chair, or you can sit seated here, cross-legged, or up on a blanket or blocks. And I'm going to read to you a meditation. So I want you to find a spot where you are the most comfortable and where you can, allow any distractions to sort of go away. Wherever you are, just notice how you're feeling as your body touches your mat. And we're starting with the sense of touch. We'll begin by first making a connection with the sense of touch. And try to become aware of all the points of contact between the body and the floor. Feel the slight heaviness of the body on the ground. And the body feels fully supported by the ground under us. It is completely relaxed. Become aware of the contact between the hands and the body, wherever they are resting. Feel the gentle weight of the hands on the body. The hands feel relaxed. Become aware of the contact between the clothes and the skin. Maybe even the subtle weight of the clothes on the body. And finally, becoming aware of the contact between the surrounding air and the skin. And sense of smell. Let's shift the awareness to the sense of smell. Focus at the tip of the nose. We can add visualization in the mind. Imagine your favorite smell. Smell of food or drink. Smell of a flower or a fragrance. A smell that you truly enjoy. Try to bring an experience of that smell to the tip of the nose with each inhalation. Sense of taste. Shifting the awareness next to the sense of taste. Bring your focus to the tip of the tongue. You can add a similar visualization with your mind. Imagine your most favorite taste. Maybe even swallow and feel that taste as it comes into the mouth, into the body. The taste of any food or drink that you truly enjoy. Try to bring the experience of that taste to the tip of the tongue. And sense of sight. We'll shift the awareness next to the sense of sight. This time, imagine a physical object that you truly enjoy looking at. Pick an object that is a source of visual delight to you. Bring an image of that object to the back of your mind's eye in its full color, shape, and size. Just stay focused on the image for the next few breaths. Sense of hearing. And finally, we'll make a connection with the sense of hearing. We'll begin with a visualization. Imagine a sound that you truly enjoy listening to. It could be the sound of a loved one, sound of a musical note, or even the sound of a chirping of a bird. Try to bring an experience of that sound to your ears. Now slowly shift the awareness to your breathing. Hear that sound in your ears. Notice your breath. The breath at this point is very subtle and soft. Now, since there's a movement to the breath, try and notice almost the sound of your breathing. The mind is calm, and the breath is very soft and gentle. In this state of mental peace and quiet, see if you can listen to your own heartbeat. You can stay tuned in to the rhythm of the heartbeat for a few moments. Gradually shift the hearing away from the body and try to perceive any sounds from within the room. And then slowly extend your hearing to the outside of the room and try to perceive the sounds from outside the room. Continue to extend the hearing farther and farther away until you feel totally absorbed in complete silence that lies at the end of all sound, vibration, total stillness. And gradually bring your awareness back to your breathing. And focusing the tip of the nose, begin to watch the flow of breath as you inhale and exhale. As you inhale, feel the gentle cooling of the nostrils. And as you exhale, become aware of the gentle warmth of the outgoing breath. Just connecting with the quality and the depth of each breath. The breath is gentle, soft, and subtle. It is so subtle that if you were to place the softest of feathers at the tip of the nose, it may not flutter. Shift the awareness to the mind now. The mind seems very calm and peaceful. So peaceful that you may be able to go into a deeper level of consciousness. Try to become aware of the deepest core of your existence. A place which is perfectly still, always peaceful and joyful. And try to make a connection with this source of peace and joy. Be here for a breath or two, noticing this peace and joy, absorbing it, settling into it, feeling it, noticing. And then wherever you're lying down or sitting up, start to make a little bit of movement with your body. Maybe rocking side to side, maybe wiggling fingers and toes. And if you're lying down, start to bring the knees into the chest and roll to one side. If you're seated, then just find the hands to the thighs and massage the legs, the kneecaps, and the shins. If you're lying down, make your way towards a seated pose, crossing one leg in front of the other, perhaps, massaging and feeling the legs with the hands, taking your hands to heart center, softening the shoulders away from the ears, close your eyes. Take a deep, full breath in. Take a deep, full breath out. Joining our voices in the sound of Om, inhale. Om. Bowing your head to heart. Thumbs to the third eye. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining today.